Let's discuss direct and indirect speech. Understanding direct and indirect speech is essential for the verbal aptitude section of any competitive exam. This topic evaluates your grasp of English grammar, particularly in reporting statements, questions, and commands. Direct speech. This involves quoting the exact words spoken by someone enclosed in quotation marks. For example, she said, "I am going to the market," within inverted commas. Indirect speech or reported speech entails conveying the essence of what someone said without quoting them verbatim, often necessitating changes in pronouns, verb tenses, and time expressions. For instance, she said that she was going to the market. Now let us discuss the key rules for converting direct to indirect speech. Tense changes. When the reporting verb is the past tense, the verbs in the reported clause typically shift back one tense. For example, he said, "I am reading." In indirect speech, he said that he was reading. Pronoun adjustments. Pronouns in direct speech are modified to align with the perspective of the reporter. For example, she said, "I will help you." In indirect speech, it is, she said that she would help me. Time and place modifications. Words indicating time and place may need alteration to fit the context of the reporting. For example, he said, "I will visit you tomorrow." In indirect speech, it is, he said that he would visit me the next day. Reporting questions. When reporting questions, the sentence structure changes from interrogative to declarative and question marks are omitted. For example, she asked, "Are you coming?" In indirect speech, she asked if I was coming. Reporting commands and requests. Use verbs like told, asked, or requested to convey commands or requests and change the imperative verb to an infinitive form. For example, he said, "Open the door." In indirect speech, he told me to open the door. Now let us have a look at some of the practice questions. To enhance your proficiency, consider the following exercises. Convert the following into indirect speech. She said, "I am studying for the exam." He asked, "Where do you live?" They said, "We will attend the meeting tomorrow." These are all the sentences which you need to convert to indirect speech. Anyway, we will discuss the answers later. In this set of exercises, identify errors in indirect speech sentences. These are the sentences here. She said that she is going to the market. He asked me if I have finished my work. Just cross-check whether all these are correct or incorrect in terms of grammar. Converting direct speech into reported speech involves systematic changes to ensure clarity and accuracy. Below are 5 examples for each of the key transformations. That is tense changes, pronoun adjustments, time and place modifications, reporting questions, reporting commands, and requests. Tense changes. When the reporting verb is in the past tense, the verb in the reported clause typically shifts back one tense. Simple present to simple past. "I eat an apple every day," she said. In indirect speech, it becomes, she said that she ate an apple every day. Present continuous to past continuous. "I am reading a book," he explained, is in present continuous. He explained that he was reading a book. This is past continuous. Present perfect to past perfect. "I have finished my homework," she said. She said that she had finished her homework. Simple past to past perfect. "I saw the movie," he mentioned. He mentioned that he had seen the movie. Future simple to conditional. In direct speech, the sentence is, "I will call you tomorrow," she said. In indirect speech, she said that she would call me the next day. These transformations ensure that the reported speech accurately reflects the original statement's timing. Pronoun adjustments. Pronouns in direct speech are modified to align with the perspective of the reporter. "I will help you," she said to me. This is direct speech. She said that she would help me. "We are going to the park," they said. They said that they were going to the park. "You should complete your work," the teacher told the students. The teacher told the students that they should complete their work. "He can meet us here," she said. She said that he could meet them there. "My brother is waiting for me," she mentioned. She mentioned that her brother was waiting for her. Adjusting pronouns ensures that the reported speech maintains the correct point of view. Time and place modifications. Words indicating time and place may need alteration to fit the context of the reporting verb. To fit the context of the reporting. I will visit you tomorrow, he said. He said that he would visit me the next day. We met her last week, she said. In indirect speech it is, she said that they had met there the last week. I am leaving now, he announced. In indirect speech it is, he announced that he was leaving then. She will arrive today, he said. He said that she would arrive that day. I saw him yesterday, she mentioned. She mentioned that she had seen him the day before. Modifying time and place references ensures temporal and spatial clarity in reported speech. Reporting questions. When reporting questions, the sentence structure changes from interrogative to declarative and question marks are omitted. Are you coming? She asked. In indirect speech, it is, she asked if I was coming. Where do you live? He inquired. In indirect speech, it is, he inquired where I lived. What time is it? She asked. In indirect speech, it is, she asked what time it was. Have you finished your homework? The teacher asked. In indirect speech, it is, the teacher asked whether I had finished my homework. Why did you do that? He questioned. In indirect speech, it is, he questioned why I had done that. Converting questions into statements in reported speech removes the interrogative form. Reporting commands and requests. Use verbs like told, asked or requested to convey commands or requests and change the imperative verb to an infinitive form. Open the door, he said. In indirect speech it is, he told me to open the door. Please sit down, she said. In indirect speech it is, she asked me to sit down. Don't speak loudly, he said. In indirect speech it is, he requested us not to speak loudly. Finish your work by tomorrow, the boss said. In indirect speech it is, the boss ordered us to finish our work by the next day. Could you help me? She asked. In indirect speech it is, she asked me to help her. Transforming commands and requests into reported speech involves using appropriate reporting verbs and infinitive structures. Direct speech involves quoting the exact words spoken by someone encapsulated within quotation marks. This technique is essential for accurately conveying spoken language in writing, ensuring clarity and precision. Now let us have a look at the definition and usage. Direct speech reproduces a speaker's exact words, distinguishing them from the surrounding text. This method is commonly used in narratives to depict dialogue between characters, providing readers with a vivid sense of conversation. For example, she said, I am going to the market. In this sentence, the phrase within quotation marks represents the speaker's original words. Punctuation rules. Proper punctuation in direct speech is crucial for readability and accuracy. The key rules include, firstly, quotation marks. Enclose the exact words of the speaker within double or single quotation marks. Example, he asked, are you coming to the party? Capitalization. Begin the quoted speech with a capital letter, regardless of its position in the sentence. For example, she whispered, it's a secret. Punctuation placement. Place punctuation marks like commas, periods, question marks and exclamation points inside the quotation marks if they are part of the quoted material. Example, is it raining? He asked. Reporting clauses. When the reporting clause, that is, he said, she asked, follows the direct speech, a comma is used before the closing quotation mark and the reporting clause starts with a lowercase letter. For example, I will be there soon, she said. Interrupted speech. If the direct speech is interrupted by a reporting clause, use commas to separate the speech and the clause and continue the speech without capitalizing the first word after the interruption, unless it's a proper noun. For example, when she wondered, will he arrive? Multiple sentences. If the direct speech consists of multiple sentences, place the closing quotation mark after the final sentence. Example, I can't wait to see you. It's been so long, he said. Adhering to these rules ensures that direct speech is presented clearly and correctly. Now let us have a look at the common verbs used in direct speech. Introducing direct speech often involves verbs that indicate speaking or thinking. Common verbs include said, asked, replied, whispered, shouted, announced, suggested, inquired. These verbs help attribute the quoted words to the appropriate speaker and provide context above how the words were delivered. Now let us have a look at the differences between direct and indirect speech. While direct speech quotes the exact words of a speaker, indirect speech or reported speech conveys the content of the speech without quoting verbatim. Key differences include quotation marks. Direct speech uses quotation marks, indirect speech does not. Pronouns and tenses. Indirect speech often requires changes in pronouns and verb tenses to fit the context of the reporting sentence. For example, he said, I am going to the store. He said that he was going to the store is in indirect speech. Punctuation. Direct speech follows specific punctuation rules with quotation marks, while indirect speech integrates the reported clause into the sentence without special punctuation. Understanding these differences is essential for accurately conveying spoken words in writing. Now let us have a look at the examples of direct speech. Here are some examples illustrating the use of direct speech. John said, I will meet you at the park. Do you need any help? She asked. Watch out, shouted Tom. Mary replied, I haven't seen him today. It's a beautiful day, remarked the stranger. These examples demonstrate how direct speech can be used to convey exact words spoken by individuals, providing clarity and specificity in writing. Incorporating direct speech into your writing enhances the narrative by providing clear and precise dialogue, allowing readers to engage more deeply with the text.